Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters and I'm up with another video for the month of January. Yay, Happy New Year. This is again using my How to Kill a Kit with Style. If you watched my kit reveal video for that, we have a theme every month. The theme this month is warm beverages and sort of coffee, that's where it initially started, and then it pivoted to warm beverages in general. And so I picked 3 collections from Rosie's studio to work on. This particular collection I'm using here is called Warm and Cozy. I did pick it up from the reject shop in Australia, but I'm almost positive it's Rosie's studio because most of their scrapbooking stuff is rebranded Rosie's studio collections. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. I'm just putting some mats under my photos. Now I have a pre-made mixed media background from Vicki Boutin. You will see these on most of my layouts this month, just because I pulled out my pads to make sure I was using them and just sort of went nuts. I don't know how many videos I'll end up being able to film this month, but I've got like 8 layouts or layout ideas, not layouts, but layout ideas sitting there ready for me to scrap. Whether I get a chance to film them all, I don't know. Hopefully I do, but I'm not sure. But I pulled out basically the mixed media, pre-made mixed media backgrounds for all of them bar like 1, I think. So we'll see. So this is a photo of Addison and I. I know there's 2 photos here, but it's actually the same photo. I often print any single photos that I want to scrapbook in both sizes, in full 4x6 as well as a 3x4, just so I have options. And then because I don't really like to waste things, I end up putting both photos on the page. So it is literally the same photo. It's just printed out in 2 different sizes. And so the photo was taken, it's of Addison and I obviously, and it was taken at a friend's wedding in October. Yes, October. And so I went sans Lincoln and Danny. So Danny was invited, obviously Danny and I were invited, but it was just going to be too difficult. Addison was 6 months old at this point, still very much breastfed, couldn't be left without me. The wedding wasn't close to home. It was about 2 hours away. And it was actually quite close to my parents. So it was about an hour away from my mum and dad's place. I contemplated going to their house and staying the night there, but actually in the end, my friends had a spare room available at the at the wedding venue that wasn't being used by family. And they offered it to me and I was like, hell yes. So mum actually came and stayed with us. So she babysat for me while I was at the wedding, which was awesome. And it was on site. So Addison was on site with mum, but she was there so I could go and feed her when needed, put her to bed. And it was amazing. It was great. I got to have a great time with my friends and enjoy the wedding. But it just made way more sense to leave Danny at home with Lincoln. So that's what we did. And so that's why it's a photo of just us 2 and not, the whole family. But yeah, we had a great time. I had a great time. And so I thought it was a cute photo. My mum snapped it just before the ceremony. And the other good thing was these were friends, or the groom was a friend of mine from high school. And so mum knew him quite well as well. So it was nice. She got to watch the ceremony. And she actually popped into the reception for a bit too, because it was all at the same venue. Not that she ate or anything, but she did pop in and bring Addison in to say hi. So it's very cool. Now, the clusters that I'm creating and the ephemera that I'm using, it's sort of not really relevant at all to the pictures. I just went with the tones in the ephemera pack that kind of worked. The background is very yellow and orange, and there's actually not a lot of yellow and orange in this collection, but I don't know about you, but I think it works. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So there is a lot of gold in this collection, and there's gold in the background mixed media pre-made background as well, but I do think it works, so we're just going with it. So I've included some random things on this page. There's like a calico bag with a rainbow on it. There's like some leopard print sunglasses. There's a whole heap of envelopes and letters. There's a random hand with a butterfly on it. Don't know what that's about, but that makes it on the page. And a candle. So it's a very eclectic layout, shall we say. But actually this collection is quite eclectic. There's also a whole heap of like crafty supplies in this collection, which I didn't realise until I started playing with it. So that should be fun. I should be able to get those used up as well. And I'm creating my final third cluster down in the bottom left-hand corner of the page. So this is very much sort of going on a diagonal, which I guess the mixed media background sort of lent itself to that sort of a layout. But I definitely am just playing at this point. You know, I'm not copying a sketch, which is what I often do. I just was sitting up in my room and just having fun. I have moved back upstairs to my craft room. It looks like a disaster zone. So February is going to be the time for me to clean up my craft room. So Addison actually starts daycare the second week of Feb, and I don't go back to work until the last week of February. So I should have 2 weeks where she's at daycare and I'm not at work. So I'm transitioning her to 4 full days of daycare, but we'll just start off at 2 days and then she'll go to 4 days when I go back to work. So yeah, I should have a few days with no children. I will not know what to do with myself. Well, I will. One thing I'll be doing is cleaning my craft room because also our workplace is hybrid now, so I do need to do some work from home. So I need to create space in my craft room to also have my work laptop. So there's a method to the madness about why I need to spend time cleaning the craft room, and it's sort of a work in progress. I had set a very ambitious goal of the things I wanted to do while on maternity leave, because I have taken almost a year of maternity leave and I have done nothing on my list, not a thing. So I wanted to declutter a whole heap of rooms and just redo my craft room like completely, pull out everything, touch everything, do a bit of a KonMari type approach, and yeah, done nothing. Not a thing. So yes, February will be the day I clean the month I clean my craft room. I have to, because I need to be able to work in here. But otherwise, all the other things remain on the list. So my clusters are done. I decided to add stars as my little accents around the clusters. There was, I think, 1, 2, 3, there were 4 in the die cut pack, and then there's quite a few on the sticker sheet. So I end up being able to add 3 into each cluster, which is fun. Trying to keep the tones the same. So I didn't want to introduce any new colours. There's some blue in this collection and some teal as well. But I didn't want to add that on, so I avoid those, even though I'm wearing a denim jacket, so that's quite blue. But anyway, I decided to leave it sort of in that colour family that I've kept. And I do sneak a little takeaway coffee cup onto the page. Got to stick with my theme here. So here is my close-ups. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.